Hello everyone and welcome back to another video here on Galen Builds, where I buy, build, and review LEGO sets. So this is set number 76239, Batmobile Tumbler, Scarecrow Showdown. It has 422 pieces. It features the main source of transportation for Batman himself, the Tumbler from the Dark Knight Trilogy, what I consider probably some of the greatest Batman movies, if not the greatest Batman movies ever made. It has also two really great minifigures, which we'll talk about in a bit, Scarecrow and Batman. The set came out October 1st. It retails for $39.99. It is still available and will be available for a while. So that being said, let's go ahead and talk about the minifigs, the build process, and the review. Let's go ahead and talk about those minifigures that are included in this set, as you see them right before your eyes. We've got the Dark Knight himself, Bruce Wayne, as Batman, and Scarecrow, his adversary seen in Batman Begins. Batman is decked out with a lot of great gear. He gets a batarang, a grappling gun. Scarecrow gets a stud shooter to spread his fear toxin. Both have really great print-on pieces. Scarecrow's suit continues on the backside, along with his face mask, covering the other end. These are really great figures with a lot of great prints, and yeah, I just wanted to show you. Let's go ahead and get started with the build now. Alright, so we just finished up bag number 1. I just wanted to highlight both the framework and the undercarriage for this set. So from front to back, this is the area that I wanted to focus on. So as we zoom in and get a little closer, I do apologize for the blurriness. That being said, so we used our first couple stickers to indicate a couple monitors. There's this great cross section so that two minifigures could sit comfortably. And then this is the steering mechanism, which is a bucket handle. The Dark Knight would just sit right over here, and then accompanying it would be another minifigure. But we know there's only two figures that come in this set, so I doubt it would be the Scarecrow. Or you could. One really cool detail that I think was omitted, because this is a playset, and maybe the mechanism would have been a little difficult, was the removal of this cross section, and then the Batman sliding in through the middle, and then a Batpod shooting out the front, which is totally fine. Yet again, maybe a little too complicated for the playset. We do know a UCS set is coming out shortly, but that was also omitted, so maybe, a third one down the road. That being said, just wanted to highlight a couple things that I noticed in the first bag. Let's go ahead and get started with bag number 2. Just finished up bag 2, and we added a lot more pieces to kind of enclose the cockpit. So there's 3 window screen elements on the front, and then on the sides as well. And then we added this really great piece, I think, right up here to eventually show the back end of the tumbler. And I don't know if this was on purpose or if this is just maybe me overthinking it, but does it look like a bat to anybody else? I think so. It's got some really great wings that move up and down. And I know these are just going to be the flaps to cover the back end of the 2 big wheels. That being said, let's go ahead and get started with bag number 3. Alright, finished up bag number 3. Just kind of wanted to highlight some details and progress on the build. We added some grilling on the sides along with some more stickers to indicate floodlights. We built this hinge piece to indicate the enclosure of the cockpit seen here, which will close right now. And then we added some additional support for the 2 rear wheels that will go on either end of these spigots. These have additional flapping mechanisms. They're kind of like booster rockets, I think. Just another great detail from the movie to show the eventual build of the Tumbler. Another thing I wanted to note is how this is a mostly monochrome build with a lot of black pieces. However, there's some really great like metallic gold and some gray to kind of help break up the monotony of the build. So let's go ahead and close this out with bag number 4. Alright, the build is complete. Let's go ahead and review this set. So we added some wheels, some more stickers on the side and at the front to add more detail, some bullets for the stud shooters. I raised the flaps on the left side to show you the flexibility of it, while on the right side I kept them down to show you what they would look like stationary. I raised the cockpit as well to kind of show you more again of the interior, and then the second battering that was included with the set, I added it to the clip. I figured that would be the logical spot for it. It's a very actually intricate build with a lot of detailing, and as we go towards the back, we land on 2 things that I noticed that I think could have been kind of changed in a way. I think these were like the only 2 gripes with the overall build, and I wanted to touch on them a little bit. So as I mentioned earlier, it's a generally monochrome build, but there's a little bit of breakage in terms of the color where we have some random gray and then some gold pieces. However, here in the grill, I feel like this could have just been a dark gray piece, a dark grill, because it lessens the definition of the tumbler. And if maybe they just added a dark gray piece, it would have been better. Maybe down the road, I'll just make that change myself to kind of add to the definition. But this here, I think, is the biggest omission. This is the engine for the tumbler, and when it goes like really fast, it emits a flame, and there was no flame piece included. So what I did was I grabbed an extra one I had from a previous build, and I just included it to add to its overall greatness, you know, and size and speed and whatnot, you know, just the play style and everything. So I highly recommend that you go out of your way and do the same to just kind of add to it. That being said, great build. It's only $40. Its cousin is coming out November 1st. I would highly check that out too. I might consider getting it. I haven't decided quite yet. But that being said, this is my review of the play set for the Tumbler.